Hello, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me here. My name is Charity, and this message is for Cancer. So this is going to be a you and them love reading. I'll have your cards on one side and your person's cards on the other. This could be somebody specifically on your mind, connected to, or coming towards you, depending upon your situation. For the main cards of the reading, I'll be using the Mystical Manga Tarot by Rann and Barbara Moore, and the Fortune Telling Tarot deck by Yoshitaka Amano. If clarifiers are needed, the Anime Tarot. I'm recording this message for the energies of May, but I do ask these readings to be timeless and give you something you need to hear when you need to hear it. So let's get started. Spirit, what is the heart of the matter? What is Cancer thinking overall about a connection or a potential connection right now? What are some things going on in the daily life could be affecting this? What is happening in the heart space? How are you feeling? What intentions do you have towards a connection? And what is a potential outcome in the near future for whenever you are meant to hear this message? Wow. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups, and look at this. We've got a Magician also wanting to show itself, and I just noticed right behind that, the Ten of Pentacles. I actually saw the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck when I was getting ready for this reading. Could absolutely be somebody on your mind or coming towards you that you could see a real future with. This is something that you have manifested in. It's something very high vibration here. With the Knight of Cups, you could have some deep feelings or be falling for somebody or meet somebody that you could immediately feel like a more romantic connection to with that Knight of Cups here, and the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles, the signs Scorpio, Aries, Virgo, and Gemini as well could be significant, strong in your chart, your persons, but definitely feel like, you have something coming towards you that is much better than you realize, because I can tell there's some anxious energy and some nerves here around love, but I feel like your universe is lining up something for you. So let's go ahead and get the cards for the person on Cancer's mind, or who is thinking about Cancer, or both. What are they thinking about overall? What are some things going on in the daily life could be affecting this? What is happening in their heart space? How are they feeling? What intentions do they have towards this connection? And what is a potential outcome in the near future for whenever you are meant to hear this message? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Justice energy for your person. Libra energy could be significant, strong in your chart or theirs, but we also have that going on in your daily life. So it feels like there's definitely something about balance, things coming together, somebody who feels for you what you feel for them, showing up in a way that really lets you know your universe wanting to work things out in a way that is just and right and fair. So we will see as we get further into this, but I definitely feel like that is a big theme for this reading. Let's get started. For the heart of the matter, we have the Nine of Swords. Gemini energy can be significant, strong in your chart, your persons, but there can definitely be something that is on your mind, something you could be feeling anxious about, overthinking. Now, sometimes when it comes to love, the Nine of Swords can be, just tossing and turning, dreaming about somebody, not knowing why they're on your mind so much, which can be a whole part of that process of falling for somebody, but it's also trying to think things through and getting up in your head and worrying about the worst possible outcome. So let's go ahead and see. Let's just see what that is all about. Spirit, why do we have the Nine of Swords? What is on your mind with this Nine of Swords here? We have Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy could be significant, strong in your chart. And I have to say, or your persons, you also have a Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So more of that Virgo energy for you. But could be some things that you're thinking about, some things you're processing, maybe taking a little time out and on your own to sort some things out in your mind. But with a Ten of Pentacles, that is a beautiful energy when it comes to a love reading. That is something stable, genuine, balanced. That can be commitment. That can be seeing a real future with somebody. You could be feeling, frustrated because you just don't know if, you have that potential with somebody, or you could be hoping. But you could also be anxious because you're feeling the significance of that, but you don't know if this person is feeling the same way. But I have to say, in their heart of the matter, they've got the 10 of Cups. Pisces energy here, but the 10 of Cups is somebody who does feel like the two of you could be happy. Somebody who sees, the potential of the two of you together. This is something that could last. It is something for me that is both, someone who is a friend, somebody who is romantic, somebody that you can be around, somebody that you can have all those little experiences with, the little moments, the big moments. It is the outcome of, all the cups. So opening up your heart and attracting in somebody that feels for you what you feel for them, and then taking that to the next level. And I know, if you don't have anybody specifically on your mind and you're feeling anxious about that, your universe could definitely be bringing somebody towards you that has their mind set on that kind of happiness and is looking for someone like you to share that with this coming up. But for those of you that are thinking about somebody but you don't know, do they feel the same? Are they interested? A 10 of Pentacles and a 10 of Cups being, in your mental spaces for both of you, what you're thinking, you do see this. You see the potential of it. You feel like you could be happy together. You feel like you could have something lasting and stable. I don't know that you've communicated this, but I do feel like you're both thinking about it quite a lot. In your daily life, as I mentioned for a minute before, we have the Justice here. Libra energy again could be significant, but this is balance, this is fairness, this is things coming together in the highest potential way. It is what we put out, we attract towards us. So paying really attention to the thoughts. That's why the Justice energy has a sword here. That's mental energy, thoughts, the things that you're thinking, the things that you're focusing on, being aware that you're going to attract in similar energies. And so, definitely choosing between being in this anxious up in your head state to getting into a place where you get into the feeling of, what would it feel like if I had that stable connection without worrying who it is or where it's coming from, and just knowing that the universe wants to give me good things. What would it feel like? And just getting into the feeling of that, your universe is going to attract that in. It's just how it works. It took me years to learn that. But it's something once I did, it was almost like magic, just getting into the feeling of things. And I know a lot of you know that. You study the law of attraction and things like that. But I feel like there's something about you just getting into that 10 of Pentacles energy, recognizing your value, recognizing what it is that you want and desire, is attracting in somebody who sees you in that light. This person here in their daily life has the King of Pentacles, more Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn as well. But this is somebody who is giving some deep thought to all of this. This is somebody, could be working on some things in their daily life that have to do with their finances and having enough to offer, because they do want to come forward in a way that is stable, in a way that is genuine. This is somebody who is caring, somebody who, when they show up and they're ready to go all in. They have the maturity to follow through on the things they say, the promises they make. Might not even know that this person is thinking about you, but they could be thinking very seriously about you with a King of Pentacles showing up. They could be feeling interested and deciding, exactly what it is going to take to explore this further, to move things forward, because I do feel like they're drawn to you. And with the 10 of Cups and the King of Pentacles just leading into this, seeing you as the person they could be happy with and that they want a future with. Once again, you might not even know about it with all that anxious energy of the 9 of Swords, but I do feel like you know in your heart what it is that you want. We have the 6 of Pentacles in your heart space. More of this balanced energy. Taurus energy for me as a reader, but for me it is also a minor arcana, Justice. It seems to be a theme through this whole reading. With this, there is something that is coming together. It's working out in your favor, whether you realize it or not. And you're due, when the Justice energy comes shows up upright, your universe has been paying attention to the energy you've put out, the things that you've done, the good things, and is wanting to bring something in that is of equal value, something that you're worthy of, something that you deserve. And I know sometimes it's hard to feel that way and recognize that, but that's what the universe wants. And with this being your heart space, I do feel like you do want somebody who responds, responds to your messages, who shows up, somebody who puts in the energy that you put in. You could be feeling for somebody very much what they're feeling for you, but definitely holding that space in your heart. Like you don't want something or someone that leaves you guessing or wondering. You're holding space for somebody that goes all in. Your person in their heart space has the 10 of Wands. Sagittarius here, but the 10 of Wands for me in a heart space can be somebody who has carried feelings for you for longer than you know. Obviously, you're all in a different situation. Some of you are dealing with somebody you've recently met or not even met yet. Every single one of you is dealing with something different. Some of you have some history. Some of you have somebody that you're moving forward with, but you're curious about, the potential outcome. So obviously you're all in different spaces, but sometimes with the 10 of Wands in the heart space, I feel like the person, thoughts of you, feelings for you have been weighing heavy on their heart for maybe longer than you know. They've been carrying that, working towards being with you, seeing you, maybe taking a step or making an offer. This can be at times the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands can be a little bit of a workaholic energy. Doesn't have to be, but it's somebody who's working hard because they want to feel like they do have a lot to offer. But a 10 of Wands is somebody finishing what they've started, seeing something through, somebody who has been moving towards you maybe longer than you realize, really arriving. But let's see why we have the 10 of Wands in their heart space. Why do we have the 10 of Wands? Knight of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. There's definitely something about this person overthinking a little bit, and maybe you are too, and maybe that is a reminder with the Justice energy that when we get all up into our head and get antsy, we attract that from from the other people in our life. You both could be overthinking a little bit. But the 8 of Swords can be somebody feeling frustrated, somebody feeling stuck, like something they're wanting to do, something they're wanting to say. Could be somebody that's carried a torch for you for a little bit, but not knowing if, you're equally interested or if you're free to be with them. But I did notice right behind the 8 of Swords is the 2 of Cups. Cancer, that is your energy right there. It is also, somebody who feels for you what you feel for them. Somebody wanting to take things to the next level. Maybe they have been feeling stuck or unsure, overthinking it. But in their heart, they do feel like you're the one. Now, you have to say we have a Knight of Swords clarifying this 10 of Wands. Strong Aquarius energy, Libra and Gemini as well. This Knight of Swords showing up in their heart space is also showing up in your potential outcome. Could be dealing with an air sign, somebody has strong air in their chart, or really this can just be somebody who can't stop thinking about you. Maybe their feelings have weighed heavy on their heart. Maybe they've been feeling these feelings for longer than you know or realize, but they're getting anxious with the Knight of Swords. This is somebody that doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to waste any time, doesn't want to overthink it. They don't want to feel stuck. They don't want to be wondering. They just want to go for it. It's like their mind keeps racing towards you. And I think you're thinking about them too with this Knight of Swords, but somebody who has maybe been on their way or working on some things or, dealing with a lot of things or carrying these feelings for a long time. It's like suddenly, it's like they don't want to waste anymore. It's just like their heart, I feel like, is this very fast moving energy. Could just skip a beat when they think about you or they see you or something like that. And they just want to go for it. Now, your intentions, we have the 5 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Taurus, and then, of course, Cancer energy. Again, that is your energy. Scorpio and Pisces as well. Now, obviously, no one intends the 5 of Pentacles, but it is paired here with a beautiful energy. That is your energy, and that is a very loving energy. And with all of this, coming in balance, somebody who shows up and shows up right, somebody who's willing to offer something stable, something genuine, I feel like you want to move on beyond this discouraged, this anxious energy, this overthinking overthinking, this tossing and turning, this wondering, this energy of feeling on your own or feeling discouraged. You want to move on. You want to release this. You want to move towards somebody that doesn't leave you feeling like you're guessing. And with the Queen of Cups, your heart could be feeling, stronger and stronger, even though there's times that you felt discouraged or felt unsure. I feel like your heart reaches towards this person. Your feelings, continue to move forward, even times when you don't see how it's going to happen or how it's going to work out. The thing about the Five of Pentacles in tarot, it's really a reminder that what it is you want and desire here with this Five of Pentacles, your universe is offering to you. Your universe is, wanting to give you something beautiful. And yet, when you've dealt with disappointments, when you've dealt with, things that have let you down, when you've dealt with being unsure and feeling discouraged, you might not even see that, but it doesn't mean that the universe isn't offering that to you. So your guides are saying, open up your heart, think about what it is you really want and desire, get into the feeling of it, even when you don't know how it can come together, and watch things shift gears, because you've got a big shift coming up in your potential outcome here. Your person and their intentions has the Two of Swords and the King of Cups. So we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. That is your energy and a beautiful match for your energy. All the water here, strong Pisces, of course, Cancer and Scorpio. Now we have it paired with some anxious mental energy, which you've got this kind of anxious, discouraged energy also paired with these deep feelings that you have. Your person has this kind of guarded, indecisive energy paired with some very deep feelings as well. So I feel like maybe both of you could be feeling and thinking a lot of things that maybe neither of you are sure exactly how to express. Libra here with the Two of Swords. And once again, for me, it is a little bit of a minor arcana justice energy. It is when somebody needs to make a decision. The Two of Swords is when it's time to make a heart over head decision, but somebody's up in their head. They're undecided. And they're definitely, I think, thinking about you. They've got feelings for you, but for some reason they're a little guarded and unsure exactly how to move forward and struggling to trust their intuition. It's like they're trying to be sensible and logical about it, but we also have a King of Cups. A King of Cups is deeply aware of how they're feeling. It is somebody who's given some thought. It is somebody who wants to take some steps. It is somebody who wants to make an offer. And maybe they've been torn. Maybe they've been undecided. Maybe they've been pulled this way and that, trying to be logical. But it feels like with it paired with the King of Cups, this person's heart is definitely winning out, over those anxious, stressed feelings. And it just feels like as the feelings build up stronger and stronger, they know that something needs to be said, something needs to be done, and sooner than later, because look at what you've got coming up in your potential outcome. Even though building up to this, there has been some challenging energies, maybe some things that have been, out of balance, maybe this discouraged energy, but there's something about you, regardless of all that, recognizing who you are, your value, what it is you really want, recognizing that, that your feelings, your emotions, they're important, and you deserve somebody who recognizes and values, all that you feel and all that you are. Something shifts and everything begins to move. So we have Aquarius, strong Sagittarius for me as a reader, but all the fixed energies as well for some, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and then of course Gemini for the lovers here. Something that has been building up, somebody who has been thinking about you, or somebody that your universe has been drawing towards you. Maybe they had been, sending some mixed signals. Maybe they had been feeling unsure and stuck and overthinking, but something shifts gears because this is quick moving energy. This is somebody I feel like that you're thinking about, they're thinking about, suddenly deciding, it's time to communicate something. It's time to take some steps. It's time to take some action. It's time to stop worrying about, maybe being rejected or refused are the words that I just got. Like somebody could be worried about being rejected and they just decide, I got to just stop worrying about it and take some quick action and see what can happen. Sometimes the Knight of Swords, can be somebody rushing in when they haven't really thought things through. Maybe not from their heart, but it's paired with a King of Pentacles, a King of Cups, which is somebody who does have the staying power, somebody who does have deep feelings, and it's leading to a Wheel of Fortune with a Lover's energy. With those being your final two cards, something is shifting, something is changing, and honestly, I have to say it's in the best possible way. It is your universe coming in and spinning the wheel and saying it's time for you to experience some good outcomes. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune, especially with the Ten of Pentacles here, can also be a financial windfall or something really good paying off. So I have to say, this is a love reading, but also could be some really good news when it comes to stability and all of that. If you have been feeling stressed about, finances, because that can definitely be the case with the Nine of Swords. Obviously, this is love, but it all comes from the same place. The frequency we hold attracts in everything that is in our life. And your universe is saying you are attracting in some good things, but you've got to be aware of it, look up and believe it is coming to embrace these. And I feel like the moment you bring that into your awareness, it's like your universe just can't bring it in fast enough. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers, something that is, honestly beautiful. Like, these are incredible cards. And I know sometimes people get on me for being too positive or, things like that. But when you get cards like this, when you get the Wheel of Fortune and Lovers as the final two cards, the potential outcome, especially after dealing with some challenging energy, things are changing for the better. You know that your universe is bringing somebody in. If you don't have anybody in your world, you could meet somebody very soon that you could see like a very beautiful future with the Lovers. But for many of you, if you have somebody that you're thinking about, somebody who's on your mind, somebody that you can't take your mind off, even when you don't know how it's going to work or what's going to happen, your universe is working on your happiness. Your universe is working to draw you towards somebody that you're deeply connected to, somebody you could be divinely connected to, somebody that you feel a pull, but somebody that you can open your heart to, somebody you can be yourself around, somebody who loves you for you. And your person's final outcomes, look at this, are the Fool, the Strength card, and the Queen of Cups. Aries, Aquarius, Leo, and Cancer energy here. Of course, your energy, Scorpio and Pisces as well, can be significant. But somebody who maybe had been, a little nervous, with all that overthinking energy, somebody who may have felt stuck or unsure, somebody who maybe has been trying to be logical, I feel like their heart is winning out. With the Queen of Cups, that can be some deep feelings. And we've got the Queen of Cups on both sides. So it's like you in your energy, you're a beautiful match for your energy. You owning who you are, what you deserve, is attracting in somebody who is so drawn to that. Like, they're so overwhelmingly drawn to you, they can't deny their feelings, and they're ready to do something spontaneous, to take a leap. Maybe they don't necessarily know how it's going to turn out or what's going to happen, but it feels like they're gathering all their strength, all their confidence, to take a step, to take a leap, because they feel like you are a match, regardless of signs. A King and Queen of Cups are a match for each other's energy. It is two people that feel deeply for one another, and two people that are ready to open up and talk about that. I feel like, once again, it could take you by surprise, because that Fool energy can move very quickly, and we do see a big shift happening with a communication coming in, maybe sooner or quicker than you think, but it is leading to something very positive, and it definitely feels like it's from the heart. So I do feel like, there's something that your universe has been working on, maybe longer than you realize, and it is in your benefit, it is in your best interest, and it is something your universe is wanting to bring in and bring in now. It's just a matter of, opening your heart, looking up, claiming it, and recognizing how worthy you are of this kind of love, because there's somebody coming towards you that's ready to love you for who you are. That's the energy that is showing up. So that is a message I have for you. I do hope something spoke to everyone who was guided here. Thank you so much.